Hey,
We are live.
are we?
Yes.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ed.
I'm Rich.
And
Sparked Innovations.
yeah, this is our Spark Live show. We call it Live and Sparky.
Yep.
It's also live at 5. So we are from sparkedinnovations.com. We're a manufacturer. If you haven't seen us before and you're getting notifications or something like that, then welcome. We do make stuff for the car audio and car electronic market. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all at Sparked Innovations. And this is our live show. And today we're going to talk about what?
Business challenges. I mean, challenges in general, but let's face it. We've had a lot of challenges from 5 years ago. Well, we're almost in business 5 years. In July, that'll be 5. And everything from trying to come up with a company name, even before that, figure out what we wanted to even do as a company.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of today's show, is to kind of discuss between ourselves what challenges we've had from the beginning until now, because our challenges now are different than then.
Yeah. And we'll field some questions. So feel free right now, so we can get to them when we get to that segment. Feel free to drop a question, a comment. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be about this topic, although this is the bigger one we're going to cover. And we will also add a second live show on Fridays. So we're going to do this every Wednesday at 5 Eastern time, and then same time on Friday, 5.
Yeah.
And we'll do that more as a discussion, more Q&A, where this is segmented. We're going to do it as a half-hour show, so we're time limited. But on Friday, we'll take this topic and expand it if there's more questions and comments on the show on Friday.
Yep.
I still have a lingering cough, so bear with me. We do have Robert Earl and Hi-Fi Vega in the house.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Yeah, awesome. And all right, got Dusty, our little.
Where's your little noisemaker?
Oh, it should go off. Did it go off? It's been over 2 minutes. Oh, it did go off.
Did or did not?
It did not.
Oh,
I hit the wrong thing.
you dummy.
Trying to time our segments, right? I got timed segments, and I hit. What did I hit?
You
Hit start all.
hit the stupid button.
I don't know. But the first one is supposed to be 2 minutes.
So we already did that. That's 2 minutes.
All right, I'll have to manually do it
Okay.
and redo this for next time.
Okay.
So, word or phrase of the day.
So that is challenges. Let's think way back. We had a seed of an idea. We wanted to go into business together. That's it. That's
Right.
it. It started there.
Right.
So everything from there to here was full of challenges all the time, every day.
Now, some of those challenges were as simple as how do we make our money? Like, what are we offering? What are we selling? What is our product? Even if it's a service-based company, your service is your product. So there's something. So we had ideas.
The surface is the light.
We had many different ideas of what that was going to be. And it took a while to really, and we're still adapting and changing as time goes on to what exactly our offerings are. Right?
Yep.
We had a list of 10 ideas.
Yep. Some were service oriented, some were product oriented. And we had to make a decision on those two. That was a big headache. It's like service, we can start making money immediately with a little overhead. Whereas with a product business, there's a ton of upfront capital required to buy machinery, to buy raw materials. Then you got prototyping, development. It's expensive.
Yeah.
And we still chose product, even though that was the harder one.
But there's reasons why. And sorry, I still have a lingering cough.
You said that already.
I know. I get it. For anyone, David Monroe's here. He had
If you're
to
just tuning in, Ed has a lingering cough, and he's sorry.
It's just tough to speak long.
Yeah.
Anyway, we settled upon building our own products, developing and building our own, along with associated accessories, right? And the reason for that, one of the other options was a video production company.
Oh, wow.
And
That's right.
we kind of settled on what we do now based on our skills, our capabilities, and our contacts in the industry, our experience. We were already in this industry, even though we have both also worked in video production. We were more newbies in that realm, which is highly competitive.
Oh, yeah.
So the level of competition in video production, as well as our newbie status, didn't seem as likely that we would be successful like we are with this.
Yep.
What were some of the other ideas?
God, I don't even
The
remember.
electric car rebuilders.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
Yes.
maybe we had the skills, but it was an industry we were not in.
Mm-hmm.
And so to enter into it and put our foot in the door and try and climb up the ladder and get known in that realm with a higher cost to start.
Oh, yeah.
So the initial capital investment.
Yeah, and no guarantee that what we would come up with would be in demand, or if it would really sell.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of unknowns. Whereas, in car audio, being a competitor for decades, and for me just being an enthusiast and being his best friend, you see a lot of stuff over and over again that's successful. Like speakers and subs. They've been around forever, and amps and accessories and stuff. So we knew that stuff, was attainable as far as coming up with something that would work for the industry. But still, identifying what those things were was a huge challenge. Finding the money was another one. And then figuring out, where do we do this? And at first it was at his house in his basement, and partly in his living room. That was the office, and his kitchen was the assembly room. So, you start out humbly like that, and you look at the money that's not coming in, and you look at the money that's going out, and it's worrisome. And so that's another challenge. Okay, how do you manage the emotional toll that it takes, the stress that's involved, the strain on our friendship? You know what I mean? Like trying to be business partners but also be friends. Like that's a huge challenge. It's gotten easier over the years, but I mean, you look at the amount of time that he would spend in the shop every day at his house. Then I would come home from my full-time job, and I would work on the website, and I would do administrative and accounting stuff. It was like we were just constantly working, and you feel like you're spinning your wheels. Not a lot's getting done. You're not seeing the results. And then you have, your friends and family, parents, that are concerned, saying, "Are you sure this was a good idea? Do you really, what about a part-time job? What about that kind of stuff?" So, you have to deal with the emotional part of it, you know what I mean, in order to just get through the day. So that's a huge hurdle. And it doesn't really ever go away. The pressure is always there. Now we have different problems. Back then it was different. Now we have payroll, right? We've got rent, we've got insurance, we've got utilities, all your fixed overhead costs. It's like, okay, I got to make sure that we make enough, and then we get paid last, pretty much, if at all. So dealing with that as partners and business owners, that comes with its own stresses. That's more of a personal thing, but at the same time, when you come into the office, you want to be able to snap your finger and say, okay, I'm in business mode now. But let's face it, you carry the baggage in your mind and you try to shut it out, but it can get to you. So, man, I could go on all day about challenges.
But I think there's you touched on one thing, like the emotion, the mentality part of it is something, because I do keep my eye on others out there that have started their own business. And one thing I think that is difficult to get past is fast money making, like making money quickly. Starting a business from scratch, you will not make money quickly. And that's a mentality thing you have to get over. It can be disheartening to go years without making any money. We set this company up to be a long haul thing. So even after we're retired, there's still a company in existence where people are making things and servicing the industry, making money, employing people. The entity will still exist, and that's the way we set it up. Is we'd be comfortable years from now. We're not going to make a whole bunch of money super quick and then skip town.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it's going to be. If your idea of starting a business is to do that, you might be setting yourself up for failure. And that goes to another thing, is like, don't set yourself up for failures, even little failures along the way. But if you do fail, to continue and overcome that hurdle, and don't let it get you disheartened to the point where you quit.
Mm-hmm.
When they say, what is it? Most businesses fail within the first 2 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or 5. Yeah.
But that's not the complete story. It doesn't mean once you pass that 2 or 5 years that you're smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of businesses kind of float and still struggle for many years. They're not all of a sudden they 2-year mark, boom, and they're up there. There's this middle area where you have to fight and problem solve like crazy to increase your revenue and your staff and whatever it is. All the growing pains come, and we're kind of at that stage now where we now have 2 employees and we have more work than what our hands can do. So we need to expand in other ways and problem solving in that sense, whether it's machinery or having partners that also make things that we can work with, expanding our facility here.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. That's all challenges.
Are we at
Yep,
Q&A?
We can take Q&A now.
Okay.
Ding ding, there are alarm.
Ding ding.
Go to High Five Mega. Do you guys see yourselves doing this as a lifestyle business, or do you see Spark as something that will need multiple 100-person staff at some point?
I'd say the latter. I've never been the type to be like, world domination, we're going to take over the world kind of thing. But, we have our sights set on a huge company. We don't want to be the boutique company that makes the small, cool things in small quantities forever. You know what I mean? Like, we want to do the mass quantity stuff. We want to do stuff that has a big effect on different industries. You know what I mean? So it's, custom car market, but that could be off-road, that could be hot rods, that could be car audio, it could be bikes, it could be trucks. So we have no shortage of ideas for products that would be useful for many different markets. It's just a question of how and when do we do that stuff. We use the analogy all the time. If we had all the money that we needed and all of the support staff that we would need to come up with these ideas, would we be able to do it? Will we do it? And the answer is yes. So, our vision is very clear, and we want to be a huge company. I'm very impatient with that. We're not moving as nearly as fast as I want, but that's a motivator to me. It kicks me in the ass and helps to push things along. And that's kind of my job, is to set the pace for the company. You know what I mean? So I kind of have to be the leader and say, okay, we need to move. We need to move a little faster, that kind of thing. And so far, we've grown year over year. I think we not this year, but the last one, from 19 to 2020, we doubled, and actually no, more than doubled. And then this year we were up 75%, give or take. And that's growth. Now, the dollar amount is not where we want it to be, but the proof in growth is there. And so, yes, we will be a huge company, just a matter of when and how. Yeah,
we have vision, and I definitely have a dream of what it will be like. And if you watch Dean and Fernando's video where they toured Rockford Fosgate, I was in love. I mean, I've always been a fan of Rockford since the late 80s, early 90s. And watching that video of them talking to the employees and touring the facility, I want their facility. Their bays of where they pull in their vehicles are all, it's not one huge warehouse with a bunch of doors. It's like they all have their own little boutique shop that they could pull into. And it's like nice walls and ceiling and all their test bench stuff set up. And, we need to get the resources, although that stuff is useful for all their R&D, all their product development and testing and warranty stuff. It's also fun toys for someone that's like techie and into engineering and into customizing their vehicles. So to get to the point where we have a facility that I think of as a big toy, we need to build the resources and the revenue to afford that. So all the things that are in our heads of products we want will take years because we have to build up to that level. We have to get the revenue in to support more products to develop. Mm-hmm. It's all a process. It's all a step-by-step process. And when that dream comes true, that we have this huge facility with all this staff, it won't be complete because that dream's going to evolve into other things. And the facility might end up being a huge hodgepodge maze or multiple, who knows what it will be. And then we might say, we need to downscale and make this more back to our roots or something. All right, let's get rid of the warehouse and go back to my garage at home. I don't know. I don't know what it will be, but that's the idea, is that it will be this nice big entity to include enthusiasts, hopefully starting their careers or continuing their careers with us, and that we build like this awesome, amazing thing that has products people love and a place that we can enjoy all the fruits of our labor, all the toys, all the fun things to help make even more fun toys for people. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an ongoing process. Where are we at time-wise? We're good on time.
The Speedy, the first iteration of Fanny. Yes. The Fanny that we designed has used the same barrel connector from Generation 1. So, yes.
Do we have those out? I can grab one.
Sure. So, yeah. So, for anybody that's wondering what he's talking about, Fanny is our amplifier cooling fan, the 12-volt cooling fan. And Speedy is a pulse width modulation controller, motor controller, that we developed intentionally to work with Fanny to control the fan speed. It also works with any other 12-volt fan. And this is the Speedy Link. And this will let you link your Fanny goes in there. And Speedy goes there.
Here actually is a Gen 1 Fanny with the link plugged in. And this is a part of a Speedy. And that's the link. And the link plugs in.
Yep, and you can see it says Fanny. So you got 3 ports there, and it's plug and play. This is a 10-foot cord, and you don't have to do any wiring. Just plug and plug, and you're all good. Digging the weekly streams for show, fellas. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we're going to keep this up, and we're going to do Fridays as well. So this is going to be the more formal one where we're timing, and then we're going to do a little bit more of a conversational, chatty one on Fridays. And it'll be a good way to kind of keep in touch with you guys, and let you see what we've been up to and what we're doing. We've got a lot planned for this year, for 2022. And hopefully you guys can follow along with us and see that stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
Back to challenges real quick on business stuff. One thing, if you are setting up your own business or taking over a business, one thing they always say, and that it should be a known thing, but it goes almost underestimated, is the amount of time you spend thinking about your work. It's nonstop. It's 24 hours. Almost every thought in your head has to do with the business. Even while you're doing other things, you could be on vacation on a beach somewhere, and you're thinking about what, how the business is going and what you have to do next. And, when I get back, not necessarily the day-to-day things, all those are there, but your plan, like your monthly or yearly goals and what you have to do to get there.
Mhm.
If you are not prepared to have it weigh on your mind that much, then you're not necessarily set up to start or run
Yep.
an entire business.
Yep.
It becomes your life.
Yeah, and I've known people that have underestimated that. They've tried it and quickly realized they weren't cut out for it, and it's not a knock on them. It's just, some people are built a certain way, and when you have excitement and drive about something that you're passionate about, it just makes it that much easier. It doesn't feel like work, like I tell it all the time. I get bummed out on Friday and I get excited on Sunday. And not that I don't do work over Saturday and Sunday, but I love coming into the office and working with these guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. I get a jolt of energy from it, and I set myself up purposely to do that. A long time ago, it's like I wanted to make my life, make the have tos become get tos. Tony Robbins said that, and I lived by that ever since. It's like I realized how many things in my life were had tos. Oh, I have to go to work. Oh, I have to do this. It's like, no, man, I want to be excited every day. I want to enjoy what I do. I want to look forward to it. So now I get to come to work, and it's a completely different feeling. And yeah, the money's not there yet, and it's okay because I feel like a success every single day.
And we set it up that the money will come in and
Mhm.
support and help us grow.
Yeah, but that's the tricky part about the definition of success. Earl Nightingale says the definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or idea. Um, it's not a monetary thing. So if you have a goal set in your mind that you've deliberately planned out for yourself and you're actively working every day towards that goal, you are a success. So Ed and I are both successes. And that's something that you keep in your mind. If you guys have ever read or listened to the audiobook of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, they talk about that a lot. How the rich dad basically jolted them out of the concept of working for money, having money have this value where, you put in this much work, you get this much money. He uncoupled the two so that they just were working. And then the money was this idea on the side. And if you can do that, then you're no longer motivated by the amount of money that is there or not there. When a big chunk of money comes in, it used to have this big effect on me, right? But now it's like, okay, that money gets set aside. It's going to be used for development. It's going to be used for prototyping. It's going to be used for production. Whereas before it was like, ooh, and I thought that was okay at first, but removing the emotion from it allows you to make business decisions, and it's a different mindset. It's go on very long about.
It's
that
hard to
topic.
separate any of the emotions. Do you ever, when you come in and no one else is here, do you go turn on the machinery to pretend other people are working?
No, do you?
No, I just run the machinery.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Ray Allen T. Any future ideas of your own high refresh rate voltmeter? Something to give us a different option to the SMD VM1. Not really. I mean, it's possible, but we're partners with a couple people and like SMD, and they make some good products. And our sights are on other bigger things. Not to say that we might not also visit that as an option. Just there's nothing in the works right now.
Yeah, and to Ed's point about being friends with Steve, we do that a lot. We're big on partnerships, right? And we like supporting other manufacturers in this industry, and not stepping on toes, right? So if we can do a collaboration, we'll do that. If we can do a co-brand, we'll do that. But if outright we have an idea for a product that is very, very similar to something that they're doing, unless they explicitly say, "Hey, man, there's plenty of market share out there," or "I don't really care if you do anything," or whatever. Unless we have that blessing, we're not going to do it. That's just a code that kind of we've established.
Ryan Nelms. I ran a small business for 25 years and couldn't imagine doing anything else. The struggle is definitely worth the reward.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. So far, there is a lot of struggle, and the rewards are nice. And I don't think we're of the mindset that can work our entire lives for someone else.
No,
Tried. Especially at small levels. Like,
yeah,
and hey, power to anyone that can and thrives from doing that. That's great, especially if you find a career that you absolutely love, a trade. I know people that work as welders and people that are engineers that work for a firm, and a lot of range of that, and people that even work retail for 20 plus years. And one of them now is running a Home Depot and absolutely loves it. So another left Lowe's and went back because he missed it. So
yeah. Soulgasm said turning it off is his struggle. Yeah. It kind of takes a bit of compartmentalization, the ability to switch off and do it deliberately and intentionally. Because, and this is a necessity for me, I have a family, 2 kids and a wife. They demand my attention at times that aren't convenient, right? So I need to be present for them, and I need to be able to cut, stop, focus, right? Which isn't easy because I have an ADHD brain. So it's always going, it's always going, it's always going, and it's fed by things that are novel and fun and enjoyable, which is work, right? So I have to intentionally shut that off, put the phone away, and focus on them. And it had to happen. My wife pointed it out to me very early.
She has to yell at you.
No,
not yell.
No,
point it out.
Well, she does. Yeah, she will. Like, and I don't really do it a whole lot anymore, so she doesn't bring it up anymore. But I used to just. My phone would just magically end up in my hand, and I'd be checking emails, or I'd be on Facebook, looking at Messenger and stuff.
Paul chimed in, and yes, his small forehead bothers me, coming from a family of 5 heads.
It does. Hairstyle. You're mentioning my hair.
All right, ding, ding, ding. We're almost out of time. So let's talk about the golden ticket. We have 1 left to give out.
1 left, and only 1, I think, has been claimed. Which means they're out there somewhere.
What do we do if they don't get claimed?
I don't know.
Do we
give more out?
Maybe. So the golden ticket is a contest that we do once in a while, where we, like Willy Wonka, where we send out 5 golden tickets in orders of $150 and up, has a random chance at getting a golden ticket in their package. If you were to be one of the recipients, you open your package and get a golden ticket. It has instructions on it on how to claim it. So only 1 person has claimed their ticket so far.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 5 tickets we send out, we randomly pick a grand prize winner to get a gift from us. And so until those 5, 1 more is set to go out that hasn't gone out yet. And at least 3 that are out there have not claimed it. Until they claim it, we can't announce the grand prize winner. So we are keeping on with that contest until we send out the last ticket. Could be this week, could be next week. We don't know. And the next contest might not. We're not doing it every month. It might not be for a while. We're not sure yet.
Yeah. Hi, Jeremy. What's
Jeremy
up,
King's
pal?
here.
How you doing, man?
All right. So we're at 28 minutes 45 seconds with 1 minute left.
Oh, real quick, let's answer Robert Earl Jones Jr.'s temperature gauge. So I informed you that it was an ambient temperature meter that is only capable of reading up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're not sure if that is still useful to you. If it is, we'll sell it to you. But we've sold a few up front. People thought that it would read higher. It doesn't, so they wanted a refund. So we are unsure whether or not we're going to scrap this batch and just redo the PCB and get one that reads higher, or if we're still going to offer these to people that if they found them useful to read up to 120 degrees for ambient temperatures inside enclosures or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm doing with it, is putting it in my amp tray to read.
Yeah. So it's undetermined. We're still kind of researching the possibility of reading higher and what we're going to do about it.
All right, everyone. So
thank you for buying from our distributors.
Yeah.
Our goal is to be the manufacturer and then have distributors and dealers handle everything else, like Paul Galanos, for instance. So we're building up to that, but
like a
you
Rockford
can-
Fosgate.
yeah, so you can help us by buying from distributors and dealers, because then they buy more from us, and so on, so
And actually,
on.
good thing that Paul's here. If you can click on his thing, he just got a small batch of stuff we sent to him, I believe, right?
Yes.
Did we just send that today?
Which one? Well, we sent. Oh yeah, the fannies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they either went out or they're over there. So if you need some products, there you go. You got one of our dealers right there where you can click on this thing and get some stuff that has them in stock, where we don't, because we want them to have the inventory. So yeah, this has been great, guys. We talked about some business challenges. So if you are catching the tail end of this, go back in and leave a question or a comment that we can come back on Friday. We're going to do live shows structured like this every Wednesday at 5. And then at Friday at 5, we're going to do more of an expanded Q&A. So if you catch this later, leave a comment and we can touch on that on our next show on Friday. We are on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We don't post a whole lot on there, but if you want to follow, that's Sparked Innovations. We have our website, sparkedinnovations.com. If you are on Facebook and you'd rather watch on YouTube, that is Sparked Innovations. And please subscribe, and you got to click the bell icon to get notifications. So when we go live, it dings your phone and tells you that we're live, because you definitely want to check us out all the time, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Facebook, Sparked Innovations. I'm Ed Lester.
I'm Rich Tornetta.
And if you do want to follow me, I do have
I don't wanna
Sparked
follow
Ed,
you.
my personal pages and whatnot. And just, that's pretty much covers everything, right?
Yeah. Pre-ordered a few G2. Yes, those G2 fuse holders are badass.
Oh, does he got them?
Yeah, go over to Paul's site, G2Daudio.com.
And
check
High
him
Five
out.
Vega's got some stuff too in the works. He does his amp kits and everything now.
Oh,
so,
that's right. Yeah.
He has his own brand, his own business. So congrats on starting that.
Congratulations.
It's exciting.
It is.
And we appreciate you hanging out and chiming in with some of the comments and feedback, as with everybody. We do appreciate it.
David, Ryan, Jeremy,
Paul,
everybody, Robert.
Soulgasm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll catch you on Friday. 5 p.m., right?
Friday at 5 p.m.
Friday at 5
Friday at 5
5
p.m.
day at 5. Bye.
Bye.